Hello, welcome, it's great to have you here. Today I'm showing another Halloween craft. So I have these wooden hats that I got in a swap last year and I wanted to make something pretty with them. So I pulled out all sorts of bits and I decided to make some sort of strip embellishments. So you don't need any dies or anything for this. You can use whatever scrap papers you've got laying around. I have a popper wallet of all different, like an A4 popper wallet of all different scraps of paper that I have just pulled a bunch from. And then I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers tear guide ruler to just add some sort of ripped edging on some of them. I like the ruler because it means that I know exactly where it's going to tear. You can do it without, but obviously you're going to have not quite as straight lines, things like that. So if that bothers you, I definitely recommend getting one of these tear guide rulers. You can see here I'm literally just ripping different strips and sticking them together. No rhyme or reason really. You can make these as big or as small, as layered, as chunky as you like. I have the little hats in glittered orange and black. So those are the colours I'm pulling. I've got a mix of papers here from my scrap box. So some are printables. I think some of them are from 𝓚𝓼𝓬𝓏. I've got some from, what's the one from last year, the American Crafts one? Can't think of the name of it. American Crafts Halloween collection last year. Why is my mind blank? I'll look it up for you. If you're interested in a specific paper, let me know in the comments and I'll look it up. Find out where it's from for you. Layering these up with some hot glue, you could definitely use tape for this or just wet glue. If you are going to stitch on the actual paper strips, I would use wet glue because otherwise your needle gets all stuck and gunked up and gross and it won't work properly. So I end up actually making 4 of these because I got 4 little hats out, so I've made 4 different paper strips. And I did struggle with the sizes for them a little bit, but they come together well at the end. I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for. I wasn't sure if I was just going to gift them as embellishments or use them as bag toppers, and really I should have decided that beforehand so that I knew what sort of sizes I was aiming for. Sticking more of these paper strips together. I think I have another version of this on my channel somewhere, maybe like a Valentine's-y version. If I can find that, I'll link it in the description for you. Adding the little hats onto my clusters, using hot glue and foam tape for that. I hope you are enjoying my Halloweeny videos at the moment. If you are, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If you click the bell icon, you'll be notified when I put up more videos so you won't miss anything. I should have a video a day from now until Halloween. Well, it was from the weekend, but I think I've missed a day. Got a little bit behind on editing. But there will be enough content for that, so even if I have to put a couple of videos up at once, there should be a bunch of Halloween inspiration coming your way. Let me know if you finished crafting for Halloween. Who's moved on to Christmas? I'm so excited to move on to Christmas. I've got one more swap to send out for Halloween and then I'm in full festive mode. Really excited to get all of those things put together. But for now, I'm just adding more strips together. I needed to make 4 of these. I'm on the 4th one now, so not much longer. Gluing all of these different bits and pieces together. This one I have added like a fishtail banner at the edge there. You literally can cut these to any shape and size. I left a lot of this in this time because I've got a lot of requests for craft with me type videos that are a little bit longer. So I thought I'd show you my whole process of picking all the papers and how every little bit comes together. So let me know if you enjoy that. I'm adding a piece sort of going the other way at the end, sort of like you would get on a tag or something. Give a little bit of a base on that left hand side to hopefully add some charms later. There we go, finally getting these all laid out and stuck together. I have no idea where these hats are from. Like I said, I got them in a swap, but they're really cool. I really like how they look on these. So it's time for the embellishing, the fun bit. So I've got these stickers from Lidl last year. Having a look through those, seeing what I can add. Having a look through a bunch of different bows as well, seeing if I have any of those that I want to add on there. Let me know, do you prefer the embellishing part of the process or the putting all the papers and things together? Because I said it's time for the best part, but I guess it's my best part. Might be different for every crafter, I don't know. Adding this little chipboard piece in the centre of that bow on the right there. Those chipboards are again from that American Crafts collection last year. I still can't think of the name of it. I can picture it in my head. Hey Pumpkin. That's it. It's Hey Pumpkin. Yeah, that's the collection. And Cheryl kindly gifted me a bunch of the chipboard pieces that she wasn't using anymore. So I grabbed all of those out and I've chosen a couple and I've put the rest away. They weren't what I wanted for this project. So I'm looking at flatter things now. I've got a couple of those stickers from the Lidl sticker sheet. So the cupcake and the little star, the little bat. That little cluster was from Zoe and I love it so much. I couldn't bring myself to stick it down on anything. I want to keep it exactly as it is. But I do need to use it, otherwise I'm just going to hold on to it forever. This is when I decide that if I know what these are going to be used for, it'll be much easier to decorate them. So I decided to use this one as a bag topper. Cut that to the size. I've got some old packaging there from some embellishments from the works. And I want something behind that edge. So the scalloped edge you can see there, I'm using a Martha Stewart punch for that. And then I'm just using some of this orange 3x4 card, sticking that behind, and then you can see the orange poke through the little gaps in the edging there. There we go, sticking that on. And that will all be stuck onto the packaging anyway, so you won't see the back of that. Sticking that all together. I really do like adding those edge punches to things. I think they look really cute. Got a few of those actually. I've got some Christmassy ones, and then I've got a few like that with more sort of all-round borders. So things like the scallop, and I've got, I think, one with all different size circles. What else? Maybe like a zigzag, something like that. They are actually probably one of my most used punches, and they were all from eBay and places like that. Working out how big I want my bag topper here. Messing about with where it's going to go. I want it to fold over so that it sort of sticks on both sides of the packaging. I'm just working out how big it needs to be to do that. Had I thought this through, I could have measured it and done it much quicker, but this was just a fun craft session. I didn't really think about it too much. I just knew I had those hats and I wanted to use them, so I went for it. Not a lot of planning in this one. Sticking that onto the packaging with some double-sided tape. I actually like how this looks with that craft coloured background, so I'm going to leave this exactly as it is and just add the embellishments onto the paper that was already in the packaging. I think it looks nice and spooky that way, spooky cute. I consider adding this one onto a tag. I don't think I do in the end. Pulling out the others, seeing what pieces I've got to add. This ghost also from Hey Pumpkin. I think he is a printable that I've cut out. I got the digital collection as well because I just love that collection so much. So he ends up on the bottom left there. A little doodlebug witch on this one. They're all very traditional except the little witchy one. That sort of ended up a bit purple and green. The others stayed very orange and black. Popping him there, layering him with the hat. I did end up adding a bow to each of the hats as well. I know you saw me do that, but I think I was chatting about something else. Adding this little baton with some foam tape. There we go. What's next? This boo piece was in some mail that I got and I really wanted to add it on there. I'm not sure that it matches. Back to the little witch. I've got these Mrs. Brimble's word stickers. They're probably some of my most used word stickers. I need to order some more actually. You can see I'm down to the last few. And that one says the witching hour, I believe. Looking at some more little candies from the Doodlebug sheet. Decide against that one. What do we add? This little frog. He is adorable and I thought a witch needs a pet. So this little witchy has a little cute green frog. And I want to add him sort of as if he's above one of the layers and below the other. You can probably see that much better than I can explain it. So I messed about with him on foam tape for a while, trying to work out his placement. And then I decide that actually, ultimately, I want him a bit lower down. So I do end up messing with the word sticker and moving it about. Sorry if you can hear lots of background noise. I've got my my sisters over today making a bunch of noise in the kitchen. There, see, I've moved the little frog down so he's the correct level to sit next to the witch, which means I need to move the word sticker. So I'm just cutting that in half so it fits nicer. Putting one half there and one half in the top left so you can still see the full quote. But it's split up now, fits a bit nicer. Then I've got these sticker kitten stickers. These are little cats. They're adorable. I love their Halloween stickers. And I knew I wanted to use him, I just needed to find a place. So he actually ends up on the bag topper up here. Witch's hat and a cat. I mean, perfect combination. This little pumpkin makes it also from the sticker kitten sheets. He goes on the little witchy one. This chipboard piece ends up on the one with the, well, it's not with the ghost, it's the one without the ghost. And it says, "You're the pumpkin to my spice," which I really like. And that's the one with the little candle on as well. So I thought that looked quite nice together. Adding on a bunch of sequins just all over the place. Usually I would add gems or enamel dots, so I'm just using sequins in the place of those. Clustering some of those up together, layering them. And this is just a sequin mix that I had on my desk. I think it was sent to me in a Happy Mail, so I'm just pulling out the ones that match, the colours that match. All different sizes. It is handy to have a sequin mix on the desk that matches so you can use it for this purpose. And it also means there's all different size sequins in there as well, which I really like using for this kind of job. Tucking that behind the chipboard. I had a bunch of sequins to this one. All over the place. Does anyone else use sequins in the place of enamel dots and things? I know the Nuvo drops, they're quite popular at the moment. Or I use glitter glue sometimes as well instead of Nuvo drops. That looks very pretty. It's a cheap alternative as well because you can buy the glitter glue or the, I think it's like pearl dots or something, pearl something, in like the pound shop and things. So there's quite a cheap way to do it. I think we're nearly done with sequins on this one. And then we'll be on to whatever I do next. I filmed this a little while ago, so I'm not 100% sure what we're moving on to. There we go, put all the sequins away. Oh, this spider web. This was cut on the silhouette, and I love it. But they're actually quite hard to cut on the silhouette, if I remember rightly. I cut it last year, and I think I gave up because so many of them just got chewed up. I need to get a die, really, for things that are that thin, that fiddly. So if you know of any good spiderweb dies, do let me know. Trying to use the other part of that spiderweb so it doesn't get lost but I don't think I find anywhere for it. A little sticker kitten spider here. There we go, pop him on the web. This web is from Sticker Kitten as well. Putting that on the bag topper. Oh no, we move it. It goes back on the sticker sheet. So we're just using the actual little spider for this one. Then I decide they need something else, and I think this tulle is perfect. So I take this star tulle and turn it into ruffles for a like background layer. There we go, magically ruffled. And then I stick that on the back of these two. Trimming that to the right size, grab out my silicone mat so it won't stick to my craft space. How perfect that it fits those two. There we go, there's a silicone mat. Cover it in hot glue, stick it down to the tulle, and then I can just peel it up when it's dry, rather than sticking it to my pink craft mat permanently. So there's one. Exactly the same with the other one. Just peeling up that tape first. This one, because it's where I started the stitching, it's sort of pulling to the left, so I do go back and add a bit more glue so that those bits stay where I want them. You can see me doing that now. Apologies if you can hear the hoover in the background. I'm very grateful that they're getting some stuff done for me though. Even more sequins, so I'm pulling out the same sequin mix and adding a few onto the one on the right here. I hate cleaning, I can't be the only one. Especially the craft room actually. I really hate cleaning the craft room. Does anyone enjoy organising things like that? There must be a few, but I think most of us craft in the midst of a mess. Adding some sequins onto the bag topper as well. Layering some of those, all the different colours. I quite like to add a clear sequin on top of one of the colourful ones to sort of mute the tone down a bit. Makes it stand out a bit less, which I quite like. Or if you've not got quite the right shade, it helps with that as well. A little tip there. Also, these precision tweezers are my best friend. I didn't think I needed tweezers until Anna sent me these, and then I can't live without them. They're my absolute favourite tool. Did consider adding some little sequins to the witch one, but instead I'm using these cutouts from vinyl. So this is the, I think it's first edition, it's from DRK Crafts, the shimmer vinyl. And I cut it out to add to some little containers. You've already seen that video, I'll link it down below, making little custom sequin mix containers. And I had a bunch of them left, and the purple was perfect for my little witch. So I added some of the star and sparkle shapes to this. Just peeled them up and used them like stickers. Now I'm adding eyelets to these two. Had I thought about it, I would have taken the paper out of the packaging before I added the eyelet, because that brown paper is now stuck in place. So I will have to sort of wiggle the embellishment in rather than take the paper out and add it on, but it can be worked around, so not the end of the world. Finally, sticking down this little sticker kitten cat, adding another word sticker. I think that one is from the Tim Holtz phrase book. And so the one on the left is the same. The one with the little ghosty, that was also from the Tim Holtz book. I did consider these Rosie Studio puffy ones, but they didn't really have any sayings that I liked for the bag topper. But for the one with the little ghosty, they had, what does this one say? So the one below says use your wings, and this one says wild thing. And I thought between the two of them, wild thing, use your wings, I thought that was, had a little spooky ring to it, so I used that. I did go ahead and add gems, even though we had sequins, because you can never have enough sparkle. These ones are from the works, the ones that I'm using now, and the little colourful dots were from the range. adding some staples purely for aesthetics. They're not holding anything together. That's our first one finished. Adding some gems onto this one. Some gold and some orange. Apparently Halloween cannot be too sparkly. There we go. And that is that one complete. So that's 2 out of 4. Then working on the little witchy one. I add purple gems to this and then change my mind. So I actually end up sticking those to the back of my hand. There we go. Which is something I do all the time, thinking I'll keep them there so that I remember to use them somewhere else in the project. I never do, and I always go about my day with gems on the back of my hand. So if you ever see that, you know why. I was crafting earlier. That one's all finished. I do love that little frog with a witch. Then the bag topper, again, just a few more gems on this one. A couple of pearls, actually, I think I use on this one. Oh, no, changed my mind. I'm using this sort of gold gem colour. Pearls will look pretty on that one. I'm not sure why I changed my mind. A couple of orange ones, some gold. And that is our final one complete. I hope you have enjoyed crafting with me today, and I'll be back to craft again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!